car crashes into two buildings overnight. The latest on this scene, this is just about an hour ago in downtown Minneapolis.
Plus, new developments overnight on this man. He is accused of crashing his car and leaving his injured kids in the wreck behind.
I should have investigated it a lot more than I did.
And he's been in the hot seat for how he handled sex abuse claims against the local Catholic Church. Now there's new allegations about the Archbishop himself.
And while you were sleeping, we saw more rain across parts of the metro. Came down pretty well at a pretty good clip in St. Paul for a short time. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm Megan Newquist.
And hello, everyone. I'm Chris Saggart. Of course, we presume that you were sleeping. Maybe you were awake. Our morning chief meteorologist was awake, checking the radar and kind of watching that thing move on out of here now.
Yeah, it was about this big on the radar. It was really small, and there are some of those around this morning, mainly drizzle now at this point. A lot of clouds, though, when you wake up, but don't despair. It will get better as the day goes on. It's cloudy, it's gray, but as the morning goes on, you'll start to see more and more blue breaking through the gray, and by this afternoon, it'll be bright. There'll be sunshine. Yeah, there'll be a few clouds, but 73 degrees on the way home is a lot better than it is right now. It's kind of chilly, and there again is the radar replay, and everything is pretty much too light to be detected on the radar scope. So nothing heavy, nothing, in fact, on there right now, just some drizzle. And that'll only be periodic. But the good news, Chris, is that skies will start to clear. It'll turn out to be a good day.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ken. 6:01 is the time. Let's talk traffic. Here's Josie Smith.
Hi, Chris. So far, so good out there. You know, it's fairly quiet here, just right around 6 a.m. But another 15 minutes to a half hour from now, it's going to be much busier out there. So just keep that in mind if you're leaving soon, because right now it doesn't really look like there's any problems. And we're seeing that on Highway 10 from Coon Rapids into Mounds View. 94 in the East Metro, pretty much from Hudson to downtown St. Paul. No delays really yet. An update on Inver Grove Heights with North 52, this accident we were telling you about at Concord Boulevard, where we heard reports that the deer went through the windshield. Sounds like it went through the driver's side, and the driver was injured and transported to a local hospital. Now the crash has cleared, so that's good news. As we take a look at some of the cameras, this is eastbound 94 at Highway 101. You can see it's starting to bunch up, but really nothing to complain about. 169 northbound Anderson Lakes Parkway, still just a few vehicles out there, so we're okay so far, but it will be changing in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'd say, Chris.
All right, as it typically does this time of morning. Thank you, Josie. Just into our newsroom about an hour or so ago, there was a bad crash in downtown Minneapolis. Witnesses say that they saw this car speeding down Washington Avenue when it lost control. It first hit an imported car service shop near 2nd Avenue, made a big hole in the side of the building, but the driver was able to take off again down the sidewalk before hitting the Chanticleer Pizza restaurant. The driver ran off.
Overnight, a man accused of running from the scene of a car accident in which his children were seriously hurt has been arrested.
We first brought you this story yesterday morning right here on 5 Eyewitness News. Catherine Johnson is live in St. Paul with how the children are doing and the charges that the father now faces. Catherine?
Chris and Megan, we're live here at the crash site in St. Paul. You can see it's heavily marked, caution tape everywhere, so cars don't drive into this now again. And I want to give you an idea of just how deep this hole is, so we're going to try to measure it here for you if you can get an idea. We've got about 8 inches there, so that just goes to show that even a car going the speed limit in this area would get a lot of damage going through this hole. And now this morning we're learning that the children who were in that car at the time of the crash may not ever make a full recovery.
He had a fractured femur bone and a severed artery. She's not feeling her legs very much. Some movement in her right arm, but we're really scared about that right now.
That's the children's aunt talking about her 8-year-old nephew, Amand, and niece, Amaria. Both are still in the hospital this morning getting treated for severe injuries following that crash. And a family member called our newsroom overnight and told us Amaria may actually never walk again. Overnight, we learned police have actually arrested Earl Lyon Ward. That's the children's father. Investigators believe Ward crashed the car into the far side of that missing section of pavement, about 8 inches deep. And investigators say the kids were ejected from the back seat before Ward took off, leaving his injured kids behind. Now, we learned that Ward does have a long criminal history. This morning, he is in the Ramsey County Jail. He has not been charged yet, but we're told when he is charged, they could be criminal charges like abandoning the scene of an accident and child endangerment. Live in St. Paul, Catherine Johnson, 5 Eyewitness News.
Also happening today, some flooding relief to tell you about in Stillwater. The lift bridge is scheduled to reopen today. Officials were forced to shut it down more than a week ago because of all the high water there on the St. Croix River. As you can see, the water was nearly as high as the bridge itself. Here's what we're hearing. By 4 o'clock today, that lift bridge will be open, but it is going to stay in the down position through the July 4th weekend to accommodate extra traffic.
FEMA teams will be headed to the Twin Cities Metro sometime next week to survey the flood damage here. Now, we do know some initial estimates already. The most damage was Carver County with an estimated $9.2 million. Hennepin County at $7.3 million. Ramsey County, $1.9 million. Those counties alone are well over what the state needs to qualify to get that federal assistance. FEMA officials are in the process of touring 4 counties in southwest Minnesota. The request for an emergency declaration will likely be made next week. The search will pick back up today for a man who disappeared in the Mississippi River in Minneapolis. Witnesses say the man went in near the Hennepin Avenue Bridge. This was around 11 a.m. yesterday. The Hennepin County Water Patrol was on the river searching with no success. Authorities don't know how he ended up in the water.
The man accused of hitting and killing a Minnesota mom is expected in court today. Rock County prosecutors charged 25-year-old Christopher Weber of Brandon, South Dakota, with criminal vehicular homicide. State Patrol says 33-year-old Andrea Boovy was biking along Highway 270 just north of Steen when she was hit Monday morning. She was pulling her 2 young daughters behind her in a bike trailer. Police say that she was following the rules of the road and was wearing a helmet. Her daughters were not hurt. Officials say that driver was distracted by his cell phone.
6:06 is the time. More claims of inappropriate behavior against the Archdiocese of St. Paul, Minneapolis. This time it's centered around the leader of the church itself.
Archbishop John Neinstead is being investigated for allegations that surfaced several months ago. Our Steve Patterson joins us now with more on this. Steve.
Yeah, these accusations were made months ago. They really came to light yesterday, and they have added a big new wrinkle in this ongoing controversy surrounding the Archdiocese of St. Paul and Minneapolis. According to a Catholic journal, Archbishop Neinstead is accused of making inappropriate sexual advances towards a priest. That was how it started. But since then, Jennifer Hasselberger, the whistleblower at the center of the controversy, told the journal that investigators have received about 10 sworn statements of sexual impropriety on the part of the Archbishop. According to Dr. Charles Reed of the University of St. Thomas, this has the potential to change everything.
These allegations take this situation to a whole different level. What we had were accusations, allegations of mismanagement. Now we take this to a level of sexual indiscretion on the part of the Archbishop.
Dr. Reed went on to clarify an important point. We do not yet know who made the allegations or how credible they are. Archbishop Neinstead calls the accusations entirely false, and he's ordered an independent investigation into the matter by an outside law firm. Megan.
All right, Steve. Happening today, the Libyan man accused of involvement in that deadly Benghazi attack is expected in court this morning. Ahmed Abu Khattala allegedly participated in those attacks on the U.S. diplomatic facility in 2012 that left 4 Americans dead. The Danish ship that is carrying 1,300 tons of Syrian chemical weapons has now arrived in a southern Italian port. Now, the ship picked up the final batch of weapons last month, including mustard gas and the raw materials for sarin nerve gas. The weapons were removed as part of an international effort to destroy Syria's stockpile. The chemicals will be neutralized at sea later today. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen will speak today on the financial stability on the International Monetary Fund. Traders are anticipating that the Fed could raise borrowing costs from near zero by June of next year. And in Kentucky, a judge has struck down the state's gay marriage ban. The judge made that ruling Tuesday, although it only creates a temporary hold here. It's not clear when same-sex couples could start being issued marriage licenses.
Buses full of illegal immigrants were given an angry welcome in California yesterday. The immigrants, groups of children and families, were moved from Texas because of overcrowding. The protesters waved American flags and blocked the bus's path. The immigrants were instead sent to a facility in San Diego. More than 52,000 unaccompanied children have been detained on the Texas-Mexico border since October. This week, we told you about this. President Obama called this a humanitarian crisis.
Diesel drivers in Minnesota on our roads will be running on cleaner fuel this summer. Just yesterday, Minnesota became the first state in the nation to require a 10% minimum blend of biodiesel in diesel fuels sold at pumps. The governor says that the move is not just good for the environment, but it's also good for our economy. You see, Minnesota biodiesel is made mostly of local soybeans, which are one of the state's leading cash crops. Despite recalling millions of vehicles this year, sales at General Motors still managed to climb in June. They rose 1% due to strong SUV sales. Chrysler had the best month out of the big three U.S. automakers. Its sales jumped 9% thanks to strong sales of its new Jeep Cherokee. Ford sales, though, fell 6%. Ford hoping for a bit of a turnaround in the second half of summer. It is 6:09. It is 55 degrees out. We are tracking the latest news from around the world. We're going to tell you why hundreds of people in China were arrested overnight.
And next, things may be finally turning around for businesses on Lake Minnetonka just in time for the holiday weekend.
And Chris, just in time for the holiday weekend, everybody, we've got sunshine coming back. A bit of a cloudy morning, cloudy start, but the sun will be back this afternoon. That and the holiday forecast, which does include a 90 coming up.
Closed captioning sponsored by Mills Fleet Farm. Shop anytime, anywhere at fleetfarm.com.
From treats to toys, Mills Fleet Farm carries the best selection of your pet's favorite brands at the best prices. Stop in and compare or visit us online at fleetfarm.com. Mills Fleet Farm, your pet headquarters and more.
Today, find out which plants and even weeds you want in your backyard to attract butterflies and bees. And it's tag, dodgeball, hot potato, and kickball all rolled into one. The inventor of Mojo Kickball teaches you how to play. It's today at 3.
We're celebrating the Stars and Stripes with a big 4th of July sale at Ashley Furniture Home Stores. Everything is 20% off, plus get 60 months no-interest financing. Get this new 3-piece living room collection for only $18 a month, only at your local Ashley Furniture Home Store.
You guys coming to my barbecue? Steve's BBQ.
Yeah. Is this right?
Well, hey guys.
Subway is bringing big barbecue flavor with the Applewood pulled pork, slow cooked to tender perfection. Subway, eat fresh.
At GMC, incredible thinking comes first. Like the GMC Sierra, the first pickup to offer a powerful gas V8 engine that gets an EPA estimated 23 highway miles per gallon. The first to offer an innovative cargo bed with LED lighting. And now, for the first time ever, during the GMC Independence Day event, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, add $1,000 Independence Day cash for the best financing offer this year on a 2014 GMC Sierra 1500. But hurry, this limited time offer ends Monday.
If you have cracks in walls, doors, or windows that stick, or a settling foundation, there's only one local company to call. Only one who's part of the exclusive Foundation Support Works nationwide network of foundation experts. Only one to set new dependability standards with custom-engineered hardware. Only one with the experience, references, and warranty to give you total confidence. Only one. Innovative Basement Systems. Don't trust your home with anyone else.
It's July 4th. Time to celebrate liberty, freedom, and the pursuit of the most awesome Toyota you can buy.
During Toyota's Independence Sales Event, you can get great deals on a new Camry, RAV4, Prius, Sienna, or Tundra. So hurry into your local Toyota dealer today. And right now, lease RAV4 for just $209 a month for 24 months. Plus, get $500 Independence Day bonus cash. These deals won't last long, so hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places.
Once again, Pearson's Candy is giving to the Summer Harvest Food Campaign. Pearson's is helping to fill lunch boxes that will feed hungry kids that go without lunch during the summer. $20 feeds 2 kids for 2 weeks. Visit pearsonscandy.com or KSTP.com to help feed our kids.
It's our 4th of July free box spring event at Ashley Furniture Home Store. Save up to $1,000 with Sealy Posturepedics, Optimums, or hybrid mattress sets. Plus, get free sheets at your local Ashley Furniture Home Store.
With the no-wake restriction in place on Lake Minnetonka due to the high water levels, it has been a rough few weeks for some businesses there. But things might finally be turning around. Those high waters are slowly receding, and the 4th of July holiday is coming up. Rock Van Boat Yards in Spring Park says that all their boat rentals, their pontoons and fishing boats are booked for the weekend. And owners are trying to remind boaters that the lake is open for business.
Last Sunday, when we had great weather, there were a lot of boats out, a lot of them. And it almost seemed like the activity was back again on a slower scale.
Officials estimate it could be mid-July before the wake restrictions are dropped.
Until then, though, law enforcement does have some safety concerns heading into this long holiday weekend.
Keep in mind that because of the high water, a lot of things got out into the water and were floating, such as we found lawn chairs, we found logs, we found pieces of trees, and other debris. So the lake's not totally safe. You got to be aware of what's out there.
Sheriff Rich Stanek says that you should also be aware of this. Officers will be enforcing boating while intoxicated laws this weekend.
I will say there is a nice advantage, though, to not having all the recreational boats out there. We went out fishing last week one day. We caught our limit. There were no jet skis.
I was going to say the jet skis are the ones that bother me.
So from a fisherman's standpoint, there, I mean, you know, there's that.
It takes you a little longer to get to your spot.
Right. But when you're there,
it's been pretty nice. We've heard that.
But I mean, all the businesses along there, they just want people to start coming again. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. So. Did you bring us dinner, by the way?
A what?
Did you bring us dinner? Did you catch dinner for us?
We threw them all back.
You're a little catch and release, huh?
You threw the minnows back, huh?
No, they were pretty good.
That was nice.
If you're into bass, no, they were bass.
Did you get some bass?
Yeah.
Oh, have to get your spot in a couple minutes. Off the air, of course. Lots of clouds. Look at that. Cloudy start to the day. Don't be discouraged. It is going to be better. In fact, north of St. Cloud, on the satellite, it looks like it is mostly sunny at this point. So the sun is coming. It's just going to take a little while. I'm showing you the radar because those clouds look like they're water-laden, and they're made of water, so obviously they are, but they look really heavy, really dark, like they're going to rain on you in a minute. There may be some drizzle, but as far as any organized rain showers, there aren't any out there. So patchy drizzle is all that's in the forecast. Skies slowly clearing, and it will take place later this morning on into especially this afternoon. So it'll turn bright this afternoon. It will be on the cool side. The average high is 82, 83. Will be down for the high today around 72, 73. So about 10 degrees below normal. But it will be nice to see the sun. This is the replay from the past 12 hours. The clouds came right back in after they cleared yesterday, late in the day. And they are still here for the most part. Again, though, northern Minnesota right now is mostly clear, and slowly that clearing will head our way. These are the morning lows. 54 in Minneapolis, again, about 10 degrees below the average. Certainly not record-breaking, not frigid, but it is a little below the average. 54 the low in Minneapolis, and right now, it's only gone back up to 55. These are the current temperatures. 57 in St. Paul. Litchfield is 55, and it's in the mid-50s in western Wisconsin. The bigger news is under the clear skies across the Northland. Bemidji was down to 42 degrees just an hour and a half ago. Now it's up to 44, so a chilly start to the day up north. Going to be a nice day there as well. The winds are dying down. These are the current wind gusts, up to 20 at Wilmer. Those will get better. Of course, the big national news, you'll be hearing about it all day long. It really won't amount to much. A lot of rough seas, a lot of rain, but Arthur, the first tropical storm of the season and soon to be hurricane, should stay well offshore for the most part. 73 degrees today, early clouds and clearing out tonight. Clear, a lot like last night's temperature, but without the clouds and drizzle. 76 tomorrow, a beautiful Thursday. Likewise on Friday during the daylight hours. It'll be very nice, 80 degrees. At night, some thunderstorms into Saturday morning. Then it clears out. And then, Chris, 90 for the first time this year is possible Sunday. But the bright spot, I think most people will agree, when it's sunny during the holiday, 80 degrees, that's a pretty good bright spot.
America's birthday.
America.
Thank you, Ken. 6:17 is the time. Josie Smith standing by with a look at the commute. And this is a time we certainly see things pick up. And from that shot over your shoulder there, Josie, looks like things are getting busy.
Yeah, in some areas it certainly is getting a lot more crowded. And you're right, that's what we see at this time of the morning. So if you're just leaving, expect it to be heavier, but still not too bad. In the South Metro, both 35W in Burnsville and 169 out of Shakopee are still moving pretty well. A reminder about the Stillwater Lift Bridge. The good news here is today it's back open by 4 p.m. this afternoon, according to MnDOT. Another piece of good news on the Wisconsin side is that the detour at Wisconsin 35 south of Holton, Wisconsin, well, that has been lifted. So if you're leaving this morning, go ahead and go in that direction. We've got a little bit of a hot spot in the North Metro. Let's take a look. This is Highway 10 eastbound, right before 35W. Single car accident. You can see that one vehicle off to the right shoulder, but it is causing some delays. So you'll need a few extra minutes there. And once you get up ahead on southbound 35W near County Road I, that's just starting to fill in. So really not too bad out there once you get past the accident. And we'll have another update in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, sounds good, Josie. Around the world this morning, more than 500 people have been arrested in Hong Kong after a massive rally for democracy. The march is an annual event marking the day that China took over Hong Kong from Britain in 1997 with the promise to give the city more independence. But ralliers say that they fear those Western-style liberties are slowly being taken away.
For the third time in a week now, North Korea has fired 2 short-range rockets into the sea. Yesterday's launch came on the eve of a visit to South Korea by Chinese President Xi Jinping. Today's talks in Seoul are expected to focus on the North's nuclear weapons program. Well, new into our newsroom newsroom this morning. This is all that is left of a cargo plane that went down in Kenya, killing 4 people. It crashed into a building shortly after takeoff overnight. Investigators say at this point it appears that that plane was flying too low and may have hit a power pole before crashing. Well, within the past hour, NASA successfully launched a rocket carrying a satellite designed to track carbon dioxide. Now, this was technically the 3rd attempt to get this satellite into space. The first was back in 2009. It ended when the satellite plunged into the ocean. Well, yesterday, the launch was aborted at the last minute because engineers found a problem with water flow to the launch pad. The Minnesota Timberwolves did not have a great season on the court, and that could mean a big loss when it comes to money, the pocketbook. Details on that ahead.
And the latest addition to the Wild, he's one of us, hometown boy, coming up.
Say one of us?
One of us.
Happy Wednesday to you. In today's Tech Bites, a smaller Galaxy S5, the downsized version of the popular smartphone, goes on sale later this month. It has a smaller screen and slower processor than the regular S5, but also a lower price. GoPro stocks is surging. Shares of the action camera maker were up 20% just in yesterday's trading. Since the stock went public last Thursday, the price has more than doubled, making its creator an instant billionaire. We're supersizing our televisions. Many Americans are replacing their 50-inch TVs with 65-inch models or bigger. Sales of these larger televisions are up 50% in the past year, while the overall TV market is slumping. And the World Cup is not only shattering ratings records, it's also setting a record for video streaming. ESPN's live streams have logged more than 30 million viewing hours, much more than the recent Olympics. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rena Neiden.
I've always seen No-No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it's definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No-No from Radiancy. No-No gives you no hair with no pain.
There's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, how it's almost hair-free.
And now, No-No is better than ever. Introducing the new No-No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
And there's a No-No for him too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now and we'll send you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. Try No-No for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No-No risk-free today.
New windows? Just say Sella. Let Sella throw a little light on a whole new world of replacement windows by giving you $1,000 toward your next purchase. With ways to finance plus $1,000, you can't do better for your home. Call Sella and look at the remarkable styles and quality of windows available, all installed with expert craftsmanship by the pros at Sella. When you need a window to the world and $1,000 to see the light,
just say Sella. They got my name in lights 'cause I'm a saint tonight. St. Paul baseball.
Saints baseball tonight. Come early and join the craziest tailgate of the year on Walzer Wednesday. Tickets at saintsbaseball.com.
Honda Accord beats Ford Fusion with more horsepower and better gas mileage. Accord wins Car and Driver's 10 Best Award for the 28th year. And Accord costs thousands less than Fusion. Now get 0.9 financing on Accord. And Honda wins Kelley Blue Book Awards for Most Trusted, Best Overall, Best Value Brand again. Test drive Accord today and see why Honda Accord beats Ford Fusion. 0.9 financing on Accord. Now at your Honda dealer. Shop Honda.com.
The murder case for former Patriots player Aaron Hernandez goes back to court today. The families of 2 men allegedly gunned down by Hernandez want to bar the team from paying him more than $3 million signing bonus. The Patriots could be ordered to pay it in an arbitration hearing. Despite no longer being on the team, Hernandez is charged with a 2012 shooting and another murder in 2013. Families are also asking to freeze his assets.
Some pretty bad financial news for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Nobody wants to hear this, but there's a new report that says the team is one of 9 teams to lose money during the 2013-14 season. A confidential memo to the league showed the projected losses for all 30 teams. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal reports the number for the Timberwolves is $6 million.
The Twins are split in their series against Kansas City, and the Wild are ready to shell out some big bucks for their newest player, who's also a hometown boy. Here's Joe Schmidt with your morning sports.
The Twins will play the rubber game of their 3-game series with Kansas City this afternoon. Then the Yankees come to town. Chris Parmelee is one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. He drives in a run with this double. He has an 11-game hitting streak. The Twins scored a run on a strange play. With a runner on third, Eduardo Nunez hits this little nubber. Nobody is covering first, and Kurt Suzuki scores. A little offense out of the Twins. Joe Mauer drove in 2 runs with this double. He was pulled with a stomach pull muscle on the play. The Twins did beat Kansas City 10-2. Thomas Vanek agreed to a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. He has scored 277 goals in his NHL career. He gives the Wild something they don't have, a guy who can score 30 goals a year. He moved from Austria when he was 14 years old, eventually played a couple of years for the Gophers. Now he's coming back to Minnesota once again. That's your morning sports. I'm Joe Schmidt, and that's a goal, and that's a wrap.
Well, it is all over for Team USA in the World Cup. The U.S. fell short in that knockout round against Belgium yesterday. The goalie, though, Tim Howard, had a World Cup record of 16 saves in that game. He was impressive, to say the least. But Belgium scored 2 goals pretty quickly in overtime. The U.S. was able to come back with 1 goal, but just could not tie it up. Belgium wins this one 2-1 and now moves on to play Argentina.
The game was so slow until the very end, when it wasn't slow.
I know.
It's too bad to see it go that way. But
it is 6:26. It is 55 degrees.
Right now, the world's largest plane is waiting to take off at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. There it is. The plane and its cargo is coming up.
And police believe they've arrested a man they say abandoned his kids after a car accident. Coming up, what the family is asking from the community now.